Hey planner friends and fellow stationery enthusiasts, welcome to Ashley's Way with Words, where I share what I am currently into when it comes to the stationery world. So today is going to be a weekly recap, and I actually will probably combine 2 weeks worth because I had every intention on doing a weekly recap for week number 9, but I had an unorthodox type of week. So let's go ahead and get started. I just wanted to put this in because I know with my last video, it made an appearance, but it was on the wrong date. So I had to kind of get creative and hide it. So I want to get started with the items that you see here, but I am going to put most of it to the side and then attack the stack as I have listed here. All right, so the first item that I want to get started with is something I have not shown in weeks, and this is my CP Petite with a vinyl cover notebook. This is what I use to track social media. And it's had a little bit of an update. So that's why I want to actually share it, because to be honest, there's nothing that I catch up with on a recurring weekly basis. But what I will do is point out, like I said, some of the things that I refreshed for it. So starting with the discs. So before, I believe I had clear discs in my system, and then now I'm using, I think it's called Wisteria, but obviously they're purple. It's a purple-ish disc, metal disc from Happy Planner, because as you can kind of tell, the color scheme for this is like a sagey green with lavender or purple. So I had purchased some more jump bands and considered changing this out to try and just get a little bit more color, but the white actually proved to be better. I do want to point out that this is from the September subscription box. So this is not an order that I recently placed. I don't think I talked about it though, but I did get a couple more CP Petite vinyl covers. So if I get into this pretty much has stayed the same. I kept my a journaling card from Cloth and Paper. I don't know what month this is from. Oh, I did update something. So just a little change. I added the vellum from the February intention box here. So I'm actually using this journaling card because I don't know what this image is and I'm not very fond of it. So I decided to cover it up with the cute journaling card. So let me put that back. If I can. Okay, there we go. I didn't have any, ooh, that's not right. I didn't have any particular rhyme or reason for it. There we go. I just had it there to hold it together. This is still the same. Oh, I think this is supposed to go, oh my goodness. I left out some stuff. So all this stuff is supposed to be attached together. There we go. All right, this is the same. Let's see. Oh, I did a revamp here slightly. So I'm using a pocket folder to hold these stickers that I foresee myself using in this notebook. So I have some, I think this is Aspen. This is from Lauren Phelps Design. I don't know if it had a color, but I can use this green color. This looks pink next to this, but if I keep it separate, I can use these to do some stickering in here. And then I just pulled a couple more purple. This is a little sticky note from Poi and Hun, and then this is from, I believe this is from Lauren Phelps Design. What I did do was from the, I believe the January intention box, this came in that zipper dashboard situation. So I decided to use this as a sticker holder for myself instead of like using it for layering design. And then I just stuck some more sticky notes on the back. So that rounds out this pocket. So I like it because it's making me use the stuff that honestly, if I don't have it built into the system, I'm going to forget that I have those stickers that I can use. I also tucked in the cassette dashboard from the February subscription box. And then I also incorporated the journaling card, as well as just did a couple a sticky note, and then, well, washi and sticky notes. And then I put it onto the corresponding dashboard here. And I believe that's pretty much it. I did forget. So I had done this a while ago, and I realized after the fact that I forgot to mention it. But what I'm doing right here is trying to have like a makeshift system fix. So my CP Petite cover split, and it was so sad when it did that, but I still want to use it. So what I did as a makeshift to try to quote unquote fix it is I'm using this bookmark to try to hold the backing together. Now, let me say this. The way that I used this thing, I was tucking stickers and things like that in this back pocket. That for me is what contributed to this splitting right here. So I do not recommend that for your vinyl covers. So that's just kind of high level in terms of, you know, how I structured this notebook. I didn't go over how I use it, but honestly, it's just to write down ideas that I have for social media. I should say YouTube, because that's the only social media I do. And then also some tracking stats, some stats tracking. So that is that refresh. Then next, I want to talk about my spiral. Now, whenever I do my spiral, I don't think I ever show like where I house it. So this, I forget what this actual product is called, but I'm using it to hold my spiral. And part of the reason for that is because I want to make sure that the coils on my spiral, they stay in as much pristine condition as they possibly can, instead of just kind of being all out in the elements. Just to recap, this used to be in my heirloom, which I don't have that on my list to go over this week, but this used to be in my heirloom folio, but I took it out and just added it to this book cover. So this came from a bibliophile box from Cloth and Paper. It was a year that I didn't subscribe, but I was able to snag this as a rewards option. So I'll just put that over here. Okay, so like I said, I'm pretty much doing 2 weeks in one. So did I do this? I don't think I marked it off in here. So if I take a look at, let's see, let me look at it first. Yeah, I think it's okay. So this would constitute the week before, and it's not a lot of deco going on. I don't think I updated everything in terms of all of my spending. So let me back up. This notebook, I use it for financial transactions, not expenses on a monthly basis, but just what I spend on a daily basis. That's kind of like my own personal spending. So that can be eating out, placing orders that are unique to me, that type of thing. So if you just look from last Tuesday, I did some buying on last Tuesday, Saturday, and Sunday, and just threw in some deco pieces as I saw fit. And then if I fast forward to this week, this is the decor that I did for it. And let me go back to February. Let me put this down. Go back to February because that was the last week. Let's make sure. Here we go. Just to round out everything. So in the monthlies, what I'm doing is tracking when I receive orders, and then also it's a combination when I do any social media posts, i.e. YouTube. So that pretty much rounds out how I used this spiral. It's very, very low energy. And one thing I need to say about that is I'm going to go through a whole stack of items that I use for that particular week. And yes, it is a lot. And it's two things I want to make note about it. One is I can compartmentalize the types of stuff that I am trying to keep track of, because I don't think for me putting everything in one notebook would actually work. I think it would be the contrary. I think it would feel a little bit too overwhelming for my liking. So this thing right here, y'all, this has no rhyme or reason. I just wanted to put together an HP mini. I actually have two now, but this is one that I think I'm going to dedicate to like being serene and calm, just evoking a certain sense of a certain type of aesthetic. So I previously had these discs on another system that I decided worked better for this one. So I just want to go over what you're seeing here. So these covers came from Fancy Plans Co. I did a haul. They may have been my last video. And this is how I'm using some of the items that I got from that haul, because I think everything that I got from that order, if it was centered around a particular system, it's all HP mini size. So here is the work in progress dashboard or front cover that I'm using for this one. I'll go ahead and turn it since it does have a glare. And let me do like this, because I forgot until I turned the page that I had layering going on. So what I did was I used a CP petite sized dashboard from Crafted Designs Co. to put on the back of the front cover of this vellum sheet right here. And I actually like it because it gives it a little bit more oomph, and it doesn't, what is the word I want to look for? I'm trying to think of. It doesn't clash, because I think seeing this self-care vellum as part of the front cover layered with that, I didn't like that look, so I needed something to go in between. And it works out because I can use something smaller. Okay. And I intentionally did not put this on the discs. I don't know if you can see it or not, but this is disc punched. I wanted it to be more centered, which is slightly off a little bit, but it's not going to hurt anything for me personally. I wanted it to be more centered. All right. So then I realized in my haul that the self that you can see right here was not coming through very well. So now that I've layered it with something, it's coming through. So I really like the way that I put this together. So this is just a simple self-care definition. It is paired with this image right here. Then I have this dashboard from Cloth and Paper. Then I have this Control Alt Delete vellum from Fancy Plans, and I like how it's defining each item. So you know, like whenever you are shutting down for the day, if you're using your computer or a laptop, or you're just stepping away from your desk and you want to, you know, keep things secured and whatnot, this is just a cool take on what each of these elements mean, and I like that. It represents that, and it falls with the theme that I didn't realize that I was putting together for this particular notebook. And then we have this nice little ripple situation with water that I really love, and I think it looks nice underneath there. Then we have this ambiance dashboard. It's a trio, but I'm only using the duo, 2 pieces from it. So there we go. The top layer is vellum, so that's why that glare is there. And then what's next? This is the third piece to that. So I actually put it in front of this dashboard. I like that look. The purpose of art is to lay bare the questions that have been hidden by the answers. And so this is a quote from James Baldwin, and I threw that in here as well. And then this is the last dashboard as part of the system. So as time goes on, I will be adding more stuff to this, but as you can see, I don't have inserts or anything in this notebook. And this is the black back cover for the Fancy Plans Co. image. So I just put this together because I wanted some cute stuff. I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. All right, so then next, let's see what I want to go through. I'm gonna go through how this random purchase, I am still sticking with this. So this is from Walmart, a random purchase that I made one day, and it's actually working for me. So how I'm using this is to take notes for a course that I am currently enrolled in, and this looks very, very busy, but it works for me. I'm able to use the layout that they have in this notebook, and let me show you a blank page. Oops, this is a printout that I had, but this is designated for a project tracker, but I just use this as a way to jot down notes to help me structure what it is that I want to say, or yeah, what I want to write, I should say rather. So this is the blank page where, I know you can't see, it says prepared by date. It's a page number section, project action notes, and then a margin for project action notes over here. So if you take a look and see how I use it, which is not consistent, I will admit that, but when I start a chapter, these are things that I want to keep in mind. I put down what module. So for me, this means module, not page number. This is the chapter I'm working on. This is the date that I start doing this page. And then this is what the whole basis of this page is. If I flip over, so this is related to a case for this chapter. I'm still in module 3, or I was on this date. And here are the things that I need to consider for my assignment. So I am still loving this. This is what I really should have been showing you, but it's fine. So yeah, this is what I was. So as far as weekly is concerned, this is how my week 9 looked. I didn't do too much for this week. I think this is the only day that I did for this week. So more of the same. So I am happy to report that this random purchase, I'm still finding use, making good use for it. All right. And then we have my, so to supplement, or actually the project planner notebook is a supplement to this. So this, why did I put the page flag all the way over here? Oh my gosh. Okay. So this is from last week. This is a layout. So this is how I am using the HB Classic weekly analog notebook that I got in the January intention box from Cloth and Paper. And just FYI, this is to denote that I didn't do much of anything on this particular day because my workload was pretty heavy and it left me with no energy to take care of these things afterwards. So that's what that is supposed to mean. I think as time goes on, I'll figure out something that looks a little bit better than that, but it works for me right now. I know what that means. So just showing you how I actually documented the things that I had in mind for accomplishing for the previous week, and then coming over to this week is more of the same. Like these 3 days, or actually these 2 days, was this one, 1, 2, 3, Tuesday through Thursday, I didn't have much energy left at the end of my workday to work on my schoolwork. So this is how I chose to decorate / functionally plan out what I need to get done for this week. And I like how it came out. All right, so last but not least, like this is my, before all of what you just saw in front of you, this has been my mainstay for, how long have I been using this? I would say since what year is this, 2026? So maybe part of 2024 or 25, it had to be 24, because I do have another completed notebook like this. So first, let me go in order. What you see here is an item that I received from that I purchased from Fancy Plans Co. When I got it in my order, I could not figure out how to make this thing work for me. I love the idea of it. It's a pen holder, I would say, obviously, because that's how I had it presented. So I finally figured out what notebook I can use this thing on, because it doesn't work in my disc-bound stuff. So I'm using this to house my pen, and it actually fits. I was so happy to see the pen that I like to use pretty much across any type of paper is the Pentel RSVP. So that works for me. Fine tip. And why do I have it? Let's make sure. Okay. So if I'm going to catch up from oh man, I didn't do this right. So let's do this. Let's start from here. So week 9. So partly of what I'm doing right here is showing how whenever I did decorate my dailies, how did I do it? More so than highlighting what I actually did, because I do keep a good portion of that private. So anyway, this is how I decorated February 24th, 25th, 26th, the 27th. You can see some essence of it. Like I'm careful about not flipping this up, because I do have sometimes some journaling moments that I haven't read through before I did anything, and I want to make sure I'm not showcasing anything that is private to me. So then we have my Saturday from the previous week, and then I'm supposed to decorate for March. I have not done that, so that's why this page is blank. And then we have Sunday of this week. So this is what went on. No decoration. I don't think I have it. Yeah, I don't have any decoration for this week, because it was an unorthodox week for me. My daughter, she was at home for health reasons, so I didn't do a whole lot of catching up in here, combined with a lot of stuff that this work assignment that I had, and it was taking a lot out of me to keep this up to date. So I may come back and back plan or record what I actually did this particular week. So in terms of my weekly recap, I did it for weeks 9 and 10. And oh, I know what I was supposed to do. I put the thing out of my way and I almost forgot. So let me construct this the way that it would have looked. So I was watching Rhonda's channel, Paper Chasing Pens and More, and she showed this really cute, well, it was more than one, but the thing that's sticking out to me that I can remember right now is what she called purse charms. And she showed one. I mean, I guess I can say it because she actually did say what it was, but it was such a cute idea. It was a rock, paper, scissors idea, or not idea, charm. And I thought it was so cute. And then I told her, girl, you're going to make me want to go. Because I think she got it randomly when she went to Hobby Lobby. I was about to say Michael's, because that's my choice craft store. But I'll go to Hobby Lobby on occasion too. But anyway, that's not why I needed a lead in. So traditionally, before this thing right here, that's another thing I wanted to say. This is almost finished. I'll be finished with this notebook at the end of March in terms of writing down what happens on a daily basis. And typically it is housed in this planner that I got from Ara Estelle. But because it got so fluffy over time, it just doesn't make sense. I would have to put it in, take it out, put it in, take it out. So I just said, you know what, until I finish it and I get started on my next one, I'm just going to leave it out. But what she reminded me of is I had a purse charm that I made as a planner charm. And I remember I'd go traveling up and down the stairs making this noise. My husband and my kids looking at me like, what is that noise? So I just wanted to share what I had picked up randomly and I repurposed it as a planner charm instead of a purse charm. So that is on the cusp of seeing Rhonda's video where she shared her cute charms. So yeah, that's actually was the last thing I was going to say. So I might keep this just like this until I get ready. I can actually put in my blank notebook for daily vlogging right now because nothing, absolutely nothing is in here, as you can see. So anyway, in terms of bringing everybody up to speed, if they even care about what the heck I had going on in weeks 9 and 10 for paper, stationery, all that good stuff, that's what I did. That's where I am. And so thank you for tuning in. I hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening when you watch this. Until next time, toodles. Eyes bloodshot and I'm faded now. I try calling to persuade you how I'm a changed man.